Howdy, howdy, lads, MVs, and lasses. If you live in the Harris Branch neighborhood in Austin, Texas, as always, I'm your neighbor, Anthony. This is going to be a quick, hopefully I can get this down to 10-minute video, just updates from our last month's meeting. Usually these are supposed to happen every third Thursday of the month at 6:30. However, this year has been a little bit hectic, so that hasn't always been the case. This one, however, took place on April 18th of last month. So who knows, maybe we'll be back on track for the month of May. Number one, call to order. All members were present. That was including myself, the vice president, Vanessa, the president, Vinny, the treasurer, Jose, our lifestyle and events officer, and Tony, who is our director, though hopefully, maybe eventually our secretary. We approved the March meeting minutes. Those meeting minutes have been posted, I believe. There are now transcripts for these meeting minutes. The AI for Ring runs along with everything that people are saying. However, as everything with AI, it is not near what we should expect from it. A lot of misquotes when it comes to multiple people discussing things at the same time. For Homeowner Forum, we had 3 homeowners on. They simply were there to listen. No complaints, praises, or concerns. 5, the financial report. Only 2 things that had popped off there in the sense of being out of whack with the planned budget. We had a pool cost for Vortex doors. We had to replace those latches because now that we are moving to a swim at your own risk pool, they need to be a different type of opening to be within code. And so that was done, and I believe those are good to go at this time. We had an offsite storage. You've heard about this if you've been following the channel. By the way, if you don't follow, make sure to hit subscribe and always check out my descriptions below so that way you can find all the links to the important information that's going on with the neighborhood, as well as other social community run pages by your fellow homeowners. The offsite storage was discussed previously. We had an old gator that was stored in a offsite storage place that we were paying for monthly. That gator has pretty much bit the dust, so we decided to cancel the offsite storage, sell that old gator. Last meeting, the board approved for an EV golf cart to replace it. Financials got approved after that update. 6, President's Report. There was articles of incorporation. Again, I post this in the description below. All of our governing documents, our amendments, our updates, they are all at the ahar.sites.townsquare.io site. That is a forward-facing site to people who are not even in this neighborhood. So if you are interested in looking up to see what it's like to live in this neighborhood or things of that nature regarding bylaws, you can access those there and you can download those PDFs. They are Control-F searchable, so that makes things a lot easier finding things when it comes to what is allowed and not allowed. However, there have been a lot of updates and changes within meeting minutes from previous boards and current board to those rules. So just keep that in mind. Always feel free to reach out to Juan, our property manager, or reach out to one of us on the board and we can get you what you need or point you in the right direction in most instances. 7, Harris Branch Community Managers Report. This came from Juan with Goodwin. There is a delay in the EV cart due to no titles. This is thanks to high demand for these vehicles. There's a wait list for a couple of months, so we are waiting on that wait list. Bellhaven Monument, where that individual smashed into it with their car, is fixed. One of the biggest things that was talked about in the last meeting, but all of you should have seen the update from Town Square. That link to sign up for that is in the description below this video, is that the power for the amenity center and pool has been restored. I believe that update came out on the 8th of May. The meter was one of the things that we were waiting for to be installed due to additional electrical work and permits being run. We are waiting for the final fire inspection. Because there was doors that were removed and windows installed, the fire inspector explained that we have to have an extra exit in case of a fire. So we have to abide by the state and city codes and ensure that we have that completed, which we should do now. We're just waiting on that inspector. We also have the pool company coming out to check the pumps, check the water levels, check all the chemical levels to make sure that that puppy is ready and good to go. I know many of us have been waiting for that pool to open. At this point, it seems like we are so close. We really certainly appreciate everyone's patience with it. One of the things that has happened with that is that we've been staging that equipment, waiting for it for months. However, due to some circumstances regarding oversight there were permits that were not pulled, and in this instance, the city shut us down and said that we needed to get those permits. This caused delay after delay for the opening. The equipment company gave up on holding their workers in a holding formation, and so they went ahead and scheduled their workers out to do installations at other people who were ready to move forward and had done all of their permitting correctly for their projects, so they were no longer on call. That's one of the reasons why the fitness equipment is going to take a little bit longer to move into that space and set up. Right now, the target is to have the fitness center up and running before the end of this month. There will be updates coming from Town Square as things move along in regards to that. Another item that has been eviscerating the Nextdoor website as well as our request is the pickleball courts. The locks on those are electronic, and due to the power meter not being there, that has been an issue. My understanding is now that the meter is on and the power is done, key card sensors will be back on and should address the unauthorized use from those who are not from the neighborhood, but we'll see how that goes once we get to there. Last thing from Juan as far as the community manager's report was the Town Square reports for ACC on payment plans and specific account questions. 8 committee reports. A, Architectural Control Committee, nothing out of the ordinary. Remember, metal roofs are approved. B, community enhancement and enrichment. The St. Marin project has been completed. I certainly appreciate everyone's patience with that. I'm going to show you a quick video. If you haven't walked St. Marin, please check it out. It looks great. We are now just in the maintenance phase of it. We have started the watering. Luckily, we've been getting a lot of rain recently, so that bill for running the water truck should be reduced a little bit, but something to keep in mind, the main reason why we didn't run sprinklers is the cost of that. Plus, what we have learned with many of the other sprinkler systems, I think there was a leak just recently up in Edinburgh where it'd been running. We're running into issues where our sprinkler system's breaking because of the shifting of soil, so they break and then we have major leaks and everybody drives by them and not necessarily calls it in, so then we get hit with large water bills. One of the biggest reasons we did the watering truck on this project is to save ourselves over $200,000 plus for this project. It's running right now about $11,000 a month to do this watering. However, keep in mind, this is for 6 months. That will be for the establishment. These are all drought-tolerant native plants that once established should not require the amount of water that they're currently needing, and this cost should drop off of the budget. And if you want to see more of those projects all around the neighborhood, not just on St. Marin, definitely keep that in mind when it comes for election season, because that's something that I've talked about with all the areas that I want to get done in this neighborhood. And I'll post the video at the end of this one so that way you can go and look at all the areas that I also want to get greenscaping done in. C, Lifestyles and Communications Committee, the property management and HOA team builder dinner has completed. That was covered by Goodwin. That's where we all got together, worked things out. Jose wants to throw a block party, potential for 4th of July parade. Right now, I know he's looking into permitting and things of that nature. He also wants to run movie nights in the field instead of at the pool. He needs to test out and verify the audio and screen. I expect that he'll pull through when it comes to these movie nights and the future social hours. By the way, that monthly happy hour is at Austin Beer Works, which is less than 3 minutes from most of all of our neighborhoods. It's a great spot to go, kids and dog friendly. D, Emergency Planning and Safety Committee. We have those speed indicators up. To all of you who sent the request to the City of Austin Traffic Control that I requested now nearly a year ago, thank you so much for participating. Keep filling those out and sending them. We still need resurfacing on those roads. We still need bike lanes on those roads. And after the loss of one of our community members' children, we absolutely need crosswalks and high-vis reflectors so that way pedestrians out there have a space on these roads to walk in. Remember, with traffic calming devices, it's not necessarily about well-lit areas. It's about saving a space on that road that is cordoned off from vehicles, that protects individuals who are on those roads, as well as making it less of a safe space for the driver to feel like they can go quickly in those streets. One of the best things, honestly, during the period of the project on St. Marin were the large rock piles in the street, as well as the large piles of mulch. The reduction in high-speed racing down this road was delightful. Another item on the Emergency Planning and Safety Committee is we were asked for training. I am personally Stop the Bleed certified and working on my CPR certification. The board would like to run some classes for those in the neighborhood so that way they can know these important life-saving things in the event of one of the all too common tragedies that befall many of us living in the US. I've reached out to the city of Austin to see if they still offer those free training classes. However, I have not gotten a response back, so that is still on the back burner. 9, old business. The conference and events center. There was a maintenance bond that originally was required and was holding us up on opening the community center. This is the new building that has the garage as well as where the community manager has their office. And so there was a maintenance bond that was needed. This maintenance bond was $25,000, which is 10% needed from us. The Master Association had already done the bond and had paid it, still in place. So we didn't need the $25,000, and actually we now get $10,000 back. There was a meeting with the inspector for the final inspection, and if that's been completed, they can verify if anything is pending, but we seem to be good to go with that community center when it comes to the certification of occupancy. B, the fitness center project. I already talked about this earlier. C, the GRNWall project. That has been done. I'll show you the video. It looks great. 10, new business. A, USPS mailbox repair report plan. The reality has turned out to be, and I apologize to many of those who I told that those mailboxes were the USPS's responsibility to contact them as far as repairs and replacements. It turns out that there was a bill that made it so HOAs are actually responsible for those mailboxes. In that vein, we have put together a list of all of the mailboxes in the neighborhood and their states of disrepair and prioritize the ones that are in the worst shape. And we've reached out to manufacturers that make these mailboxes to get quotes on replacing them with new ones. Then we will give the information to the USPS, who will create their master key that will unlock them and be able to use them. In some of these instances, we are also looking into adding additional package boxes. They have separated ones that are large lockers, so that way there should be able to be larger packages placed in them. You may see those being added to some of the areas. Obviously, the spaces that have the worst mailboxes will get addressed first, and then over time, we'll keep addressing those as needed. B, Equitrust account closure and transfer of funds. That's been closed out, and the account has been moved to the reserve account. So everything's now in just our couple accounts for the reserve. C, street light maintenance. It is a $2,400 a year service to pay Goodwin to have somebody drive around and look at all the out of order lights. Or it's a free service for homeowners to just call them in and ask that they be replaced. Something that's really important to understand that will make things easier for you. If you are on the west side of Harris Branch Parkway, your lights are run by the city of Austin. If you are on the east side of Harris Branch Parkway, your lights are run by Blue Bonnet Energy Co-op. For repair purposes, if you're on the east of Harris Branch Parkway, you call Blue Bonnet, give them the light number. They're different than City of Austin's light numbers. If you're on the west, you call City of Austin Energy or Austin Energy, you give them that light number, and then it will be put in the stack of lights to be replaced. D, amenity center security system. There are already cameras at the amenity center. This is the gym area, as well as the actual community center that's been built. We already approved $20,000 for lighting security. This new proposed security system has been put on the back burner. We've asked for more quotes. 11, executive session. 12, adjournment. Please be sure to like and subscribe. It certainly helps keep you in the know in regards to what the HOA is doing, and it allows you to listen to this or watch this on your own time instead of making sure you're available whenever the next HOA meeting will be, as well as gives you access to myself. Please feel free in the comments below to put your questions, concerns, complaints, or praises. I'm always willing to respond to them and help out as best I can. And last but not least, thank you all for supporting this channel. Y'all stay safe out there. Take care. Bye.